Welcome everyone to the round 3 of FIDE World Cup 2025, which marks a pivotal moment as the top 50 seeded players who received first round byes must engage in a classical battle. This is the stage where veterans must navigate the high stakes pressure against motivated, dangerous, lower rated competitors. The featured match of Game 1 in round 3 we saw Indian Grandmaster Pentala Harikrishna rated 2690 face off against Belgian Grandmaster Daniel Dardha rated 2598. Harikrishna, playing on home soil, secured a stunning and definitive victory, becoming the first Indian player to register a win in this round. The encounter concluded swiftly, a 25-move miniature showcasing a masterpiece of aggressive opening preparation and ruthless tactic precision. Harikrishna later confirmed that he had deployed innovative preparation and suggested that his 20-year-old opponent didn't realize the danger properly in the game. The analysis of these games reveals how quickly the intense psychological and positional pressure of the elimination format can compel a player towards critical error, making this match a textbook study in risk, tempo, and tactical execution under fire. The game started with e4, c5, knight to f3, d6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, knight to f6, knight c3, knight to c6. The game unfolded in the volatile territory of the Sicilian defense, classical variation, especially the Richter-Rauzer attack. After the opening sequence, the position reached bishop to g5, e6, queen d2, a6. Harikrishna then implemented a rare but strategically sound approach with knight takes c6, b takes c6, immediately followed by the strategic commitment, castle. This move is definitive, transforming the game into a hyper-aggressive race, involving opposite-side castling, where white aims for a rapid central and kingside attack, while black seeks counterplay on the queen side. A striking choice was made by white with bishop takes f6, forcing g takes f6. For black, this exchange is a profound strategic trade-off, while the position yields the bishop pair and a semi-open g-file. For potential counter-attack, it simultaneously creates doubled and slightly awkward f-pawns, fundamentally weakening the kingside structure. The primary structural challenge for black becomes stabilizing the kingside and safely coordinating development while simultaneously pursuing the counter-attack on the queen side. Harikrishna, known for employing solid and reliable defense like this Taimanov Sicilian with black, chose the razor-sharp double-edged line with white, confirming his intent to shock his opponent and force independent, difficult calculation early in the game. The hyper-aggressive Richard-Rauzer, especially the castling line, hinges entirely on the speed. The player who attacks faster usually wins. Black structure means g takes f6 inherently introduces tempo difficulties, forcing careful, non-obvious maneuvers. White's subsequent move, bishop to c4, bishop b7, rook he1, focus on maximizing the speed of the attack. Bishop to c4, Bishop to c4 reinforces the critical d5 square, critical d5 square, and positions the bishop dynamically, while rook e1 centralizes the second rook, ready to participate in the central break or shift for a king side. Storm. Black responds with bishop to b7 and queen to a5, developing the last piece and targeting white's queenside, which is thematic in these Sicilian structures. Following the initial development, Harikrishna played the essential prophylactic move king to b1. This maneuver relocates the king off the c-file, anticipating black's queenside counterplay and solidifying white's position before the center explodes. Dardha's reply with queen to c5 was evaluated by the engine as a serious inaccuracy, resulting in an evolution swing to approximately in white's favor. The necessary defensive priority in this sharp-tempo driven position was immediate kingside safety through castling. Longside castling. By delaying castling to maintain immediate pressure on the pressure with the queen on c5, Dardha demonstrated a fundamental strategic misjudgment in this opposite side attack scenario. Now, guess the move for white. White has the initiative, but black's queen on c5 puts pressure on the c-file and the bishop on c4 is under threat if black successfully advances. How did Harikrishna respond to maintain and even increase the pressure? Harikrishna chooses the highly effective retreat bishop to b3. Preparing a decisive tactical maneuver, Black immediately attempted the necessary central challenge with d5. However, Harikrishna's strategic preparation immediately paid dividends with dividends with knight to a4. This move this move forced the black queen to move yet again. Queen to a7, disrupting black's coordination and effectively losing. Two critical tempo in a position where every tempo is vital. This sequence the queen losing time because of the delay in castling allowed Harikrishna to transition seamlessly into the decisive central break. The opportunity was seized immediately with c4. This central thrust challenges Black's entire defensive structure while the king remains stranded. The central tension forces Black into an immediate difficult decision, confirming that the strategic failure of delaying king's safety had incurred a severe tactical cost. The position after c4 demanded a dynamic response from Black. The critical defensive move was d takes c4, relieving the central tension and forcing White to find compensation for the captured pawn, keeping the evaluation manageable. But instead, Dardha played rook to d8. This move likely intended uh, uh, to support a future longside castling or reinforce the d-file, was a catastrophic blunder because it ignored the immediate dynamic central threat posed by c4. In this high-speed race, addressing a static need while neglecting the dynamic immediate challenge proved fatal. The misplaced rook on d8 would soon become the target of White's tactical sequence. Harikrishna instantly capitalized with c takes d5, which forces the center wide open following the necessary recapture. C takes d5, the lines leading directly towards the uncastled black king are violently opened. White's attack is now overwhelming, regardless of black's response to the initial pawn break. White consolidated the attack with knight to c3, centralizing the knight to c3, centralizing the knight and preparing to leap to e4. The black king is exposed and the pieces lack coordination. Dardha's subsequent move, d takes e4, was a desperate attempt to simplify the position through exchanges, but it merely served to hasten the defeat, as White's attack was already too far advanced. Harikrishna's meticulous preparation had delivered a crushing positional blow, regarding the calculated risk taken by opening the center. The subsequent moves showcase Harikrishna's mastery in converting a decisive positional advantage into a quick forced checkmate sequence. The core pattern involved using checks to restrict the king and line clearance to bring major pieces into the attack. The sequence began with bishop a4 check, immediately forcing the black king to move and confirming the denial of castling or central stabilization. After king f8, the king was further driven back by queen to h6 check. Black played king to g8. Now guess the move for white. White has forced the black king into the corner. The position is dominant. But how does Harikrishna conclude the attack decisively? The key involves activating the final major piece and eliminating the main defender. The master stroke came with rook takes d8 check. Although this appeared to be an exchange sacrifice, it was, in fact, a necessary clearance maneuver. It removed the last active defender and crucially cleared the third rank for the entry of the second rook. Black was forced to respond with bishop takes d8, leaving the king utterly vulnerable. The attack was sustained by rook to e3, swiftly bringing the rook to the third rank, threatening to swing to the king's side or support the e4 square. Despite black attempting to simplify, means bishop to c7, knight takes c4, bishop takes c4. Harikrishna maintained the initiative by recapturing rook takes e4. Black's final attempt at the counterplay f5 served only to open the position further around the king. The decisive concluding move was Rook takes e6. This move simultaneously gains material and established an unstoppable mating net. White now threatens. Now black takes the rook, then bishop to b3, bishop to d8, bishop takes e6 check. Now he has to block with the queen, and bishop takes the queen, king takes the bishop, and now black has no chance to win, so Dardha resigned and Pentala Harikrishna wins.